And he'll get this down to the 33-yard line. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And that's a Jaguar first down.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
Ball at the 33 for first down. They run it again with Bigsby. And they bring him down at the 25-yard line after surrendering some good yardage. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid gain, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
Again, it's Bigsby. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line. Call it 7 yards on the play, and that's enough for the first down.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that third down call that they had ready, well, they can stick it right back in the pocket for a later occasion.
First down, and they go right back to him. And he's able to rip off a chunk of red zone yardage to the 10. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
Out of the gun, Lawrence. He's got it. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
I'm sure Coach, play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
And they needed more than one defender there. Powerful runner stopped for just 1 yard.
You know, how often do we talk about awareness and it's always offense, offense, offense? Well, this is a great case for the defensive awareness. The ball went to a secondary ball carrier, and the defense was aware enough to cut him down for a big red zone stop.
Hey, Lion! Great job. Here we go.
Bigsby. And he's in for the touchdown. The Jaguars finish up an excellent opening series. What an outstanding opening series, partner. They just wore down that defense as they marched their way to the end zone.
Yeah, it took a whole bunch of that opening script to find a touchdown, but it showed just how well designed that script was. It was the right sequence of plays to keep that ball moving and find the end zone while getting your offense established in its top gear right here early on.
Now, probably still mentally kicking himself after that missed point after. He can take a little frustration out here as he kicks this away. And he just sends it over the end zone. No threat of a return at all, but now they're going to spot the ball at the 30 to begin the drive. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss. 2nd and 15. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Crowd, and a defender comes up with it. And the Jaguars, they're going to have it. And he's going to hang on to that football. That's his first career interception. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. First down throw, Lawrence. They get it right back. That's intercepted. And the Browns will take over as he records his first interception of our season. Well, they had the advantage for a moment, Brock, but turns out that is all just that moment because they throw an interception and give the ball right back.
And for once, both coaches on both sidelines are preaching the same message. Take care of the ball. Not often you see back-to-back plays end in interceptions, and we're right back to where we were just a couple moments ago.
Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9. Back to the well again. And he found some running room for a nice gain. That's going to go down as a gain of 7. Now they're going to have 3rd and 2.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Here's a throw. That one complete to Njoku. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. That's good for 7 yards. And that gives the Browns a first.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your third downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Lone back gets the handoff. And they beat him to the edge. That run stopped back at the line. No progress on first down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw. Cut out left. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47.
The goal of running that drag route is to get it to him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. They picked up a good chunk, and there was nearly room to add even more.
Here's the give on 3rd and short. First down and more past the 40. Touchdown, Cleveland! The Browns parlay the interception into points. Wow, just sensational speed from the back that time, Brock. He found a seam, got through it, and he was gone.
You know, it's one thing, Kate, to have singles hitters, right? And you love those, and you appreciate guys that can get on base. But it's the home run hitters that are the difference makers, and what a big-time effort.
The Browns have it on the tee, and they will kick it away here. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Hey, Jupiter, Jupiter!
Shotgun give now to Bigsby. And he can only manage 1 yard. The defenders were at the ready to bring him down.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long. Seeing some early game planning at work here, Brock. They were quick to attack that throw and break it up.
Yeah, this defense knows the importance this offense places on throwing the ball to their tight ends, and they were ready for it and all over it.
Keeps himself upright. And they're going to take this in for the Jacksonville touchdown. The Jaguars take a 5-point first-quarter lead. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. You got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up. You can find pavement. You know, we tend to say this all the time, and I'll say it yet again, Kate. Big targets in the red zone are an enormous advantage. Not many guys can match up and defend someone like him, and no surprise, they went right to him for the conversion.
Pass now to kick this away. Fielded at the 7. And this will give them decent field position. The return gets out to the 30. First and 10 now from the 30. Here's the handoff. And he works his way for a gain of 4. We will not get another play in here. That's going to do it for quarter number 1. Neither side separating much so far. Back to Everbank Stadium in just a bit. We're ready now for the second quarter. Browns in control of it. They start with 2nd and 6. He's going to throw this one. That's incomplete left side. David Njoku, the guy he was looking for. And that brings up 3rd down.
That just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted, even on some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Trying to throw here out of the gun. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
Every time I see one of those angle routes, I think back to my day 1 install. Rookie minicamp in the NFL. Texas, angle route. 49ers of the 80s, they were making hay with it then. And the running back still doing it to this day.
Toward the sideline, and he's got it. It's a pickup of 26. And that's good for a Cleveland 1st down. Now a give left side. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. 2nd and 13. It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. And the Jaguars, they're going to have it. And he's going to hang on to that football. That's his first career interception.
Well, that's now his 2nd time that he's put his defense in a tough spot. That's a hard thing about playing quarterback, Kate. You know, with these interceptions and now the 2nd on the day, you're asking your defense again to step up to another series, another possession, another challenge. This quarterback's got to start protecting the football.
Here we go.
1st and 10, it's Lawrence. He's throwing deep to the left side. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
You know, that was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call.
Hey, run! Red.
From the shotgun, Lawrence. Finding Flowers. They'll touch him down a couple of yards away from that marker.
Sure showed off some mobility on that play. Got outside the pocket and easily found an open man.
Sink right. On red. 11. Sink right. Silver.
Here he is to throw on 3rd and 2. And he's there to knock away the pass and force a 4th down.
With all due respect to some of the great linebackers back in the day, to play the position today, man, you've got to be versatile. You can't just be a come up and stuff the run. You got to play coverage. And these defenses more and more rely on you to break up throws just like that.
Begins his return at the 16. And he gets his offense in better field position here to start. Up close to the 30. This one returned for 11 yards. And the Browns will go on offense. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. Falls to the ground out left, incomplete.
Those passes get more and more difficult as you try to get aggressive downfield. I love the call. I love pushing the ball down the field. But the windows in the throwing lanes aren't there long, and it only takes a little bit for a throw to be off.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he gets taken down immediately right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and they still need 10 now on third down.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard running backs say there's just times you got to run in the darkness. And when linebackers fill that hole like that right in the middle of the field, he ran right into the darkness and the pain of that linebacker.
Throwing the out route complete. And he's out of bounds, just a step short of the 40. It's a pickup of 11. And that gives the Browns a first. New set of downs for him at the 38. Pass play on 1st and 10. Completed over the middle. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. He picks up 15 on the play. And that's good for a Cleveland first down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only one? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
That one's complete, right side. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line. The end result there, 15 yards and a first. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Here's a give up the middle. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
You call that first down running play. You don't always expect to get those kind of yards. They'll take that every single time.
And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. Another carry for him. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains.
Those outside runs so critical for running back, quarterback, O-line to hit their targets. They got a target area to expose that defense and make the most of it. And that offense just put on display some teaching tape for it.
From the red zone now. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Part of what's earned him status, Brock, is one of the league's better tight ends. Are those hands, right? His dependable hands. So shouts to the defense there because he wasn't able to hang on that time.
Kate, it's one thing for these defenders to separate a receiver from the ball, but to do so on a stud tight end, that's big time.
They'll try and punch it in. Will not be denied. Touchdown. The Browns can tie it up in the second after cutting into the lead. He would not be denied that close to the end zone, Brock. I think it might have taken 5 or 6 guys tackling him to keep him from diving across the line for 6.
Certainly a second effort touchdown, no question. The backs who become fan favorites, we've seen it through the generations, and they set the curve for their peers, are the ones who just fight through that stop. It will not be denied of a touchdown.
That's up and through for the point after. And the Browns tie things up at 14. The Browns have it on the tee, and they will kick it away here. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Hey.
Putting the tight end in motion. On 1st and 10, here's Lawrence. That's going to be an incomplete pass on the throw to the right. Ryan Thomas Jr., his intended target. So that brings up 2nd down.
Lisa 24. Hot.
Lawrence working from the gun. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stops. Up to the line, and they're set. 1st and 10.
Hey, Lion!
Sticking in the air with Lawrence. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Red on red. Silver.
Lawrence trying again on 2nd. Into the hands of Bigsby, complete. He gets it forward for a gain of 3. Greg Newsome bringing that play to an end.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
They'll throw on 3rd and long. That's caught for the first. And they make the stop, we're going to say, at about the 37-yard line. An excellent gain, 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks. Markers reset, ball at the 37. Putting a receiver in motion. He'll throw it yet again. He sends this one to the end zone. And the defender comes away with it.
Well, that's it right there. That's the resilience and the mental toughness that every coach wants to see from his defense. Not a great spot for him. Backed up close enough that they're going to get shots taken in the end zone. But instead of collapsing under pressure, they rose up and they created the takeaway.
Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. It is caught left side. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
Now they'll throw out of the gun. Got a man. It's Njoku. And this one doesn't go far. Browns fighting the clock now, trying to hurry back to that line. Here we go, 2nd and 9. And it looks great flying through the air, Brock, but problems on the business end as it falls to the ground. 3rd down coming up.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
Here he is on 3rd and long. Complete beyond the marker. The Juke gets him some running room. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. Working inside the red zone. Has it in close. Touchdown, Cleveland. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even in early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
Kicking team on to try the PAT. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Browns break that tie and now lead by 7. The Browns have it on the tee, and they will kick it away here. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 30-yard line.
The clock reads 24 seconds now as the final drive of this half begins.
43. Red.
First down throw, Lawrence. He's trying to go deep again. And that one is incomplete, and the clock stops with 18 seconds to go.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Couldn't connect on first. It's second down.
Hey, run. Silver.
Out of the gun, Lawrence. He's loaded another one up. Incomplete pass, and we're down to 12 seconds remaining. Couldn't find Brian Thomas Jr. on that throw. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
Well, that was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL, Kate, before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field.
He's looking deep once again. He's got it at the 30. And he flips the field for them before being taken down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
And this one had a brief chance, but not a good kick in the end. He misses it. And the deficit stays at 7.
Well, there's certainly never, ever a guarantee from that distance, but that's one you'd expect to be in your kicker's range. You hate to have a drive come away with nothing, but that's exactly what happened.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. So we're through 2 quarters now, still a half of football to be played. We'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate Scott, Brock Eward with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. Bass now to kick this away. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Lone back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. It brings up 3rd down. They'll try and pick this up on the ground. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 9 on that play, and it's enough for the first.
You love a huddle? Kate, you really do. You love a huddle full of guys like this who just know how to keep the drive moving forward. There's some trust there that he's going to get the job done, and he's going to get another shot, I would guess, down the line.
They'll throw on first. Nothing there left side as it ends up incomplete.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Plowing up the middle. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. A strong 9-yard effort there, Brock, and it brings up 3rd and 1.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. That one complete to Njoku. And they hit him right after he made that catch. That's going to deny him the first. It's 4th down. The Browns are lined up to punt. And he's got a good chance to really stick him deep his first time out. And the punt team hurries down, and they're going to stop this one at the 10-yard line. They're out and set, 1st and 10.
30 left. 11.
From the gun, it's a give to Bigsby. And he'll have it up to about the 23-yard line on the play. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down.
You know, the elite running backs in this league, they don't just see what's right in front of them. You set up big runs like this because they see what's behind them. That's called extraordinary vision and extra yards.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And he'll go down after pushing this up to the 29. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you can be a Pro Bowler.
Hey, I'm gun.
2nd and 4. Fits it through the middle. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain.
Speaks to this guy's talent as just an all-around difference maker, playmaker. We see him line up as a receiver, and we don't even bat an eye, Kate. And we don't really bat an eye when he makes that kind of play either. This guy's just different, built for the moment.
Now they'll hit the line just outside the red zone following that big play.
Hey, go. Silver.
A give up the gut to Bigsby. Oh, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. The Jaguars start the second half with some needed points. So they punch it in for 6, Brock, and now a conversion away from tying this game back up.
This one just has the feel, doesn't it? The makings of a one-score game in the 4th quarter that could go either way.
Bass on for the extra point. And this one, thankfully, not off the mark. He gets it to go. Bass now to kick this away. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Didn't make an effort to hit the landing area at all. So they're going to give them a drive starting at the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Setting up a throw. Hits him on the out route. And he's able to cross the 40 before going out. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12. They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Right up the gut. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. Pass play coming here. He's got Njoku on the sideline, caught. And they're going to be down close to the 35 as he goes out. They strike for 23 yards. And that gives the Browns a first.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on second down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about third down at all.
They'll run here on first down. And this almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of it. Stopped that time by Antonio Johnson. Manages just a yard on first down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9. He's dropping back to throw. Throwing the out route complete.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
Jaguars, well, they must be thinking pass here, huh? They're in the dime. Third down coming up. Back to throw. Oh, brother, it's another interception. Picked off by Andre Sisco. And the Jaguars get the football as he makes his 3rd interception of this season.
Well, I'll admit, man, I got to admire the guts, the willingness to continue to challenge the coverage, even with 2 interceptions already. But there's his 3rd strike. And no, it's not baseball, but he definitely has to be smarter with what he's doing with the football.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Hey, Lion.
Quick throw, right side, complete to start this drive. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. Greg Newsome bringing that play to an end.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. And with 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Here we go.
Up the middle they go with Bigsby. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
To play running back in this league, well, you've got to have tremendous vision. We saw it twice. Once to find the lane upfield, and then to get to space and break off some extra yards.
Completed to Flowers. And he'll be brought down a step or 2 shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Running right is Bigsby. And they get there to take him down right around the 41. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the first down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
1st and 10 from the 41.
23. Here we go.
From the shotgun, Lawrence. He finds Sanders. And he gets down to the 24 before he stopped. That's 16 on the pickup. And that'll be good for a Jacksonville first down.
Hey, run.
Lawrence working from the gun. Complete out to the right side. And he'll be just inside the 10 before he goes out. Give him about 16 yards on that gain, Brock, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
First and goal at the 9-yard line.
Now it's Bigsby. And this one's stopped at the 3-yard line. 6 yards from there. It's going to be 2nd and goal.
A humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
Hey.
Bigsby. And not a lot of room for him as he's brought down. Give him 2 yards on the run, and that leaves them just inches short for 3rd down.
That offensive group really hoped he was going to get it all right there, reset it back to first down. But instead, the defense, well, they're not going to let anything come easy. And their fight is giving them a chance to stall things out on 3rd and short.
And they're going to take this in for the Jacksonville touchdown! The Jaguars take a lead just before the end of the third. Pass on for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Jaguars break that tie and now lead by 7. Pass now to kick this away. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Lone back gets the handoff. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Just 1 quarter remaining in this one. It's the Browns football. They're down, but not out on the scoreboard. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1.
Let's go now.
Lone back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And a massive hit at the end of that play. Oh, baby. But he hangs on through it. Still able to get that first down.
Okay, this is why coaches across all levels of football harp on the importance of good, fundamental tackling, not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when one of their guys has a chance to bring down a running back, they're able to do it and keep those plays from going any further.
Completed over the middle. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
2nd and 6 coming up here.
19 target, go!
Shotgun snap, they're going to throw. Finds him over the middle. And he takes it across midfield and into Jaguars territory.
Well, that's a modest little drag route, but if you ever just need a safe, short gain on the throw, that's a go-to route to target.
Third and just 2 to go. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. A pickup of 2, maybe 3, but most importantly, Brock, that's enough to move the sticks.
Okay, you know me, I can't resist. I thought we might have needed the old Gene Steratore index card down there. Making a really close measurement to see if he got the first down or not. But in the end, well, the right call was made. He got just enough to move the chains.
First and 10, looking to throw. Catch is made down the right sideline. And he's going to take this one in for the Cleveland touchdown. The Browns now trailed by just a point in the 4th. David Njoku, the touchdown. You love seeing a tight end get the chance to show off those wheels, right? And in the best of cases, he could rumble the whole way home.
Okay, think of getting somebody with that type of mass rolling at full speed. Who's really going to want to stand in the way, wants to stop him anyhow? The answer, nobody.
The Browns have it on the tee, and they will kick it away here. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
Here we go. Hey, Jupiter, hey, go, go! Go, go! 11, Agate. Here we go, son.
Now it's Lawrence. Got a man, it's Bigsby. And just gets back to the line of scrimmage.
You know, I've learned over the years, defensively, they call that the camera club. How many different guys can get rallying to the football? So that last shot you see on camera, you see as many defenders keeping that to a 0-yard gain. That's well done defensively.
11. Here we go.
Second and 10 now. Got him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! And they scoop it up. Time to push for the line. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. Almost the impact play this defense was searching for, but they could only get half the job done, partner. Fumble forced, but they couldn't recover.
I'll tell you what else it forces, though. That coordinator, that play caller on the other side, now got a little bit of doubt about his ball handlers. Got to have better ball security than that.
Back to throw it. Gets this to Sanders. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down.
It was such a privilege for me to watch Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne in person in Indianapolis do their work. Darrell Jackson out in Seattle. They showed how great a deep out is as a chain-moving play. It's all about getting that leverage at the top of the route and then exploiting the leverage as that ball arrives on time downfield.
Finding Flowers. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. How about 29 yards on first down? And a fresh set of downs on its way. They've got first down from the 31.
Easy, route. Here we go.
Going with Bigsby here. And he takes a shot near the marker, but it looks like he still has enough for that first down.
You spring a big gain like that, Kate, on the interior, 9 times out of 10, that O-line decisively won their matchup with the big fellas up front. They got those pads down. They created leverage, and they opened up that running lane.
From the red zone now. That's incomplete left side. Looking for the back that time. And it sets up second down.
Hey, run!
Lawrence looking to throw. That is caught by Brian Thomas Jr. And they get this down to the 7-yard line. The Browns take the first of their 3 timeouts. They still have 2 to work with in this final quarter.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
On red.
Handoff here for Bigsby. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. Now a timeout's called, Cleveland using its second. We'll see how judicious they choose to be with that final timeout. Backed up to the 8 here. It's second and goal.
Hey.
Man in motion here. Back to throw. Here's Lawrence. It's a Jacksonville touchdown. Well, this has definitely been a tight one throughout, Brock. So now that they've taken the lead, the question becomes, can they hold on to it?
And that question right there is one the defense has to answer. But this sure had the look of a drive where a coaching staff challenged that offense, saying, hey, we need a big drive from you guys right here. And sure enough, that offense delivers.
Yeah, no doubt. That one splits the uprights. And the Jaguars break that tie and now lead by 7. Pass now to kick this away. And that's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else. So that football coming out to the 30-yard line. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he's going to throw. Flushed out of the pocket. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on first down.
You hear so many programs all around the league talk about it's all about the ball. It's all about the ball. Well, discretion, the better part of valor in a lot of cases. And right there, he understood it's all about the ball, and I'm not going to risk a turnover wisely, throwing it away.
The give here on second. Has a lane past the 45. And they'll finally get him down at the 37-yard line. A pickup there of 33 yards. And that's good for a Cleveland first down.
Those unsung heroes, those big guys up front on the O-line, well, let's give them a little love right here, Kate. They don't always get the attention they deserve on the broadcast, but let me tell you, they played a huge role in that big old run.
And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. They gain 14 on the play. And that gives the Browns a first. It's the 2-minute warning here in Jacksonville. Browns losing by 7. He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Back to the well again. And he may have just reached the edge of the red zone before going down. It's a gain of 3 for him. That brings up 2nd and 7.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
Here he is to throw. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
Well, that's one you chalked up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Looking to throw it. That could be it, folks. It's intercepted. And the Jaguars make the play that should win them this game. Well, how quickly things can change. They were looking so good just a couple of plays ago, and suddenly, not anymore. A red zone look comes up empty with that interception.
I think the pressure got to him there, Kate. And I don't even mean all those pass rushers, although they were certainly coming too. I mean the pressure of being 3rd down in the red zone. That's where you got to slow yourself down as a quarterback and know you've got to simply protect the football.
13, Luke. Luke.
Motioning the tight end now.
Silver.
They'll run this with Bigsby. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2. Now the Browns spend their final timeout. That's all they had, so the offense free to start running the clock down now.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down.
13, Luke. Luke.
They run it again with Bigsby. And in a rarity today, he's stopped at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and that brings up 3rd and 9.
These linebackers of today, they are so quick. They're so twitchy. You don't get a body on them in a hurry, they're going to stick you right at the line of scrimmage.
Drive in dire straits. It's 3rd and 9.
Take right open. Open. Here we go.
Again, it's Bigsby. And he got it real close, but stopped just about a yard or so shy of that 1st down.
Taken down at the 33-yard line. An 8-yard gain. It's 4th down.
Only only need the length of the football. It's 4th and inches.
Hey, Lion, Lion.
So the Jaguars come away with the win in this one. This is the type of game everyone was hoping they'd see when they entered this stadium, Brock, you and I included. A close one that went all the way down to the final whistle.
And Kay, this is one of the bigger adjustments a college player has to make to the NFL. In college, you get a lot of blowouts. The NFL, every game you get calloused because you know more often than not they'll be like this, a one-possession game that's not about how you start. It's all about how you finish.
And with Brock Heward and our EA Sports crew, I'm Kate Scott saying so long from this one. It's a win for the Jaguars as we bid farewell from Jacksonville.